Well, good morning. It's another day. It's a Monday. I don't know what the date is. It's probably the 12th, I think. And I'm heading now, leaving Kings Creek Station. Wonderful place there. And we're going to do the Mereenie loop and head over towards Glen Helen at this stage. What's he up to? Oh, getting some... Oh, that's for the smoking ceremony. He's from the Kaka cultural experience mob. He's obviously collecting the branches that they use for the smoking ceremony. Nice big four-wheel drive. Look at the width of this thing. Woo! He's a big boy. That's the fuel for the Discovery Parks. Well, we're going to come up to the Kings Canyon Resort very shortly, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to top up my fuel tank because there is no fuel at Glen Helen Lodge anymore because it's closed. I think I've mentioned, and so I've used up about 100 k's of fuel doing my little trip yesterday. So if I pull into Kings Canyon, top my tanks up, I've got plenty of fuel to get me to Alice Springs. What I want to do is to find the fuel. Okay, we got fuel at the Kings Canyon Resort, which I have painful memories of. Can't see a thing here. Okay. Service station, entry. Yeah. There's a dingo running down the road in front of us. Hey. That's a brindled wild mixture of a donkey. Hey. Sign. Scenic route. Kulabilawillu 195, Goss Bluff 215, 392 total to Alice Springs. Glen Helen next service 261, but it's not there. Everything is open. It's a pilot one. Woo. Thanks, guys. Look at that for service. There's a little girl putting markers down. They must be going to do some line marking or something. Works. Ooh, lots of equipment. I guess they had the weekend off and they're starting up again. go put the hubs in. This road is recommended for four-wheel drive, so in fact you're only allowed to have four-wheel drive on here apparently. Anyway, we've done the right thing, we're in. Got a bit of cloud up there today. Might make for an interesting sunset later. Oh, there's some bull dust patches there. To Alice Springs from this point. Like to pull a bloody caravan up here. Look at my windscreen here. Now here we have a scenic lookout, so we better go and have a look at the scene. Oh yeah, there's the people. Le people camping in here. Oh yes. Oh, they've even got picnic tables. They didn't have that the last time. Oh, look at that. I remember coming in here and camping. And it is a designated 24-hour stop. I'll just go over here and make like I can turn around. I'll park in the shade for a start, and we'll take some photos. I'll go and get the Canon out. leave that little lookout, then when we get down to the bottom there'll be more gravel road. Oh, not even at the bottom. I was going to say there's more gravel road. Oh, here it is. Yay! A few gnarly stretches in this one too. What are we on? Larapinta Drive, yeah. Obviously hasn't seen a grader in a long time. If ever. It's probably the same when I came through here once before. Anyway, we're sort of sitting between 1750 and 2000 revs and probably doing no more than 60 kilometres an hour in most spots. There's somebody coming. I can see a dust storm in the distance. I actually think it's somebody ahead of me. Thank you. Thank you. Well, that was a bit of a bouncy ride for a while. We're still continuing. We're still over 260 or 70 k's from Alice Springs, but I'm going to stop soon at some stage and just check all the connections that the fridge is still operating. That's bouncy. Imagine towing a caravan. Holy smoke. Anyway, well, oh, it's like a washboard. Yay! Oh, it's warm too. Man is flickering on and off. I think it's past its best somehow, and the Garmin's not doing too well either. But I'll tell you what, my phone and my iPad with Google Maps still going strong. Google offline maps. Have a look at that. Isn't that magnificent? Hey, Oh, I love it out here. I remember coming out here the very first time, and it was the same. I can't remember what vehicle I had. I think I had Bob. I think it was Bob and I that time, not the Beast. I'll have to go way back through my video collection and at home and see. I've had an idea. It was good old Bob, a Landy. But I'll tell you what, the Beast is doing a wonderful job. Good on you, Beast. I just stopped there because a couple of kilometres back, I just out the side of my eye saw something whiz past, and it was so quick, I just thought it was a bird came out of nowhere. Anyway, I got onto a smoother piece of road and I just had a look, and it was my shovel. I've lost my shovel. It's way back there somewhere, and I'm not going back to get it. So somebody will see it on the road and they've got a souvenir. Mind you, it was an old shitty Bunnings 25-buck spade, really. Not that I'm going to need it. It was lucky because I thought, geez, it could have done a bit of damage. Because at Wolf Creek Crater once, I lost my awning, and it actually scraped down the bottom of the Beast. Now up ahead is what the Chinese girls failed to see. A cow. But the cow that they hit must have been on the road. Not like that one. Hello. That car was still there this morning when I left Kings Creek Station, and strangely enough, it was only 5.2 from Kings Creek Station. So I wonder why they didn't actually, or were taken there instead of up another 30 odd Ks to the Discovery Resorts. Maybe they figured there was a better option of getting towed or something. Anyway. Just where I stopped in the crest of that hill. It's so windy out there, even the flies have gone. There's no flies. Fantastic. Okay, we're heading away. We're going back down into that little canyony bit. Let's have a look at where we've been. If we can stop the bouncing a bit. Boing, 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 boing. Slow down, I'll hold the camera. No, I can't. Hey, here we are now. Larapinta Drive has smoothed out a little bit, which is good. And have a look at that scenery. Lucky I stopped actually and checked my fridge, because it was actually, the plug had sort of come loose. I hate these 12 volt plugs. I need to change the plug on the fridge to an Anderson plug now, because I have that extra deep cycle battery in the back, but in order to attach it I have to use one of those 12 volt plugs, which are the next best thing to useless. Look at that vista. Oh my god. Actually, I'm slowing down here and I'm going to put this GoPro onto wide view. It seems very strange that when I change a setting on my GoPro Hero 5 and also on the Hero 7 Silver, that I seem to encounter problems, and I've never actually thought about this before until I started editing this film, and just changing over to a wide view, suddenly I lose all sound, or the ability to record sound, and it goes on for the next 3 or 4 scenes, or 2 scenes at least, which last for about 3 minutes, and then suddenly, miraculously, the sound comes back on. At the present time, we're still on Larapinta Drive, and we get to a T intersection eventually, which then Larapinta Drive keeps going to the right, and we will turn to the left, and that then becomes the Mereenie Loop, which takes us all the way around to Glen, Helen and Serpentine Gorge and all the other gorges leading in towards Alice Springs. What I'm showing here is a particularly nasty little washaway that I actually just saw in the distance. Very hard to see in that particular light at that particular time in the morning, and it was going to be a real suspension breaker, and I just fortunately saw it and slammed on the anchors right in enough time to not do any damage. So for a bit of context, it's now 2 hours since I left Kings Canyon, and that's the Kings Canyon Resort, and I've done 90 kilometres. So 2 hours, that's averaging 45 kilometres an hour along this road, right? And I'm going. Those people towing that caravan, they would have left way before me, and they're still not even up to this point. Now we got some livestock coming up here on the left-hand side. Dingoes, look. Dingoes. Whoa, a few of them too. Look at this. What a bonus. Now that's wild dingoes. Hello, puppies. Don't be scared. Come on. Oh, there's a car coming too. Well, that's a bonus. Yeah. We're slightly climbing. I think that there's a lookout somewhere not too far from here, which looks back over the plain. Here's another washaway. Then again, I could be wrong. I know there is a lookout along this road somewhere where I stopped once before. Here's a nice little rocky bit. Look, this is going round a bend and all of a sudden it says reduce speed, which you do, because you wouldn't want to hit that at speed, would you? Devils every now and again. Even the flies can't contend with the wind. Oh, hang on. There we go. Look at that one. How deep is that? It's a fun drive if you don't get shaken to bits. Well, I'm still about 32 k's where I make a turn off to the left and go up towards Glen, Helen. So where are we at now? Let's do a progress report. Go over that one. We're I can't even read the damn thing yet. Oh. 125 kilometres. I've done 125 and it's 10:35. So that's, well, 2.5 hours basically from Kings Canyon. Oh. I thought I saw a smoke, a dusty cloud coming in front of me, but I don't think so. Anyway, and how long is it to Alice Springs? 200. But I'm not going to Alice. Well, I don't think I'm going to end up in Alice Springs today, because I do plan to look for a campsite along or within the national park where Glen Helen is. There's a number of heads along the way. Ellery, Big Rock Hole, and a couple of other places. And there is another car coming. We'll wind up the windows and we'll slow down a bit and let him come past in a cloud of dust. Give him a wave. Yeah. Ambulance thing or first aid, 25 k's. That could be Hermansburg mission. Oh, little bird, get out of the way, quick. I must admit, there's not many stopping places there. I'm still waiting for this lookout. I'm sure there's a lookout somewhere up this way. And I had a cup of coffee there at one stage, and I sort of thought, God, kilometres back, it wasn't that far. And I thought, I won't be long and I'll be able to stop for a coffee, but I haven't been able to yet. I've stopped a couple of other times to take video, but I want a nice place to sit down and oh, look at that view. Look at that. Hey. Well, here's my intersection coming up. I think to the right goes this Hermansburg mission, which I'm not going to. Gross Bluff, that's the place I was thinking of. Oh, it's still got 100. I've still got 88 k's to go to Gross Bluff, and then 144 I think I saw to Glen, Helen. So yeah, off to the right there is Arioyonga 20. That's an Aboriginal community, I think, and you can also get fuel there apparently. Anyway, we're continuing on this road. Nice smooth road for a few k's. Now we have some beasts on the road up here, and it could be horses because they tell you to watch out for horses. These could be brumbies, and they are. Wild horses. I might pull up here, get these guys on the Canon camera. Oh, they're beautiful. What wonderful animals. Look. Well, those horses, that was something to behold. And now that I'm back in the car, I've got a carload of flies to accompany me. And turn it down. Down you go, out you go. There goes a vehicle, obviously from the community, because he's just come out and he's flying along on the right. I was on that side I saw him coming behind me, I thought, oh shit, don't let you go. These guys just keep going, they plant the foot. Says the Mereenie inner loop ceiling $25 million worth. Now I'm going to go up here at this sign and take this thing out of four-wheel drive now, because here we have a big signpost which says, where am I going? I'm going to Glen, Helen and Gross Bluff. Four-wheel drive only, Namatjira Drive. Oh, Hermansburg, Alice Springs this way. Now, yeah, I'm going to go to Gross Bluff, but it's still four-wheel drive. So I'm not going to get the benefit of the sealed road. Okay. Larapinta Drive. This is a different road we're on now. This is Namatjira somewhere. However, now it says four-wheel drive only. So Goss Bluff 18, Glen Helen 72. Hang on. I'm actually not going to go to Goss Bluff. I'm going to take this out of four-wheel drive now. Okay. Because Glen Helen is only 72. Wait a minute while I do this. Yeah. I was just checking for damage from my shovel. Nothing there. Didn't do anything. Okay, now put that back in there. Now we'll continue. I'm not sure, but it could be a sealed road. We're going into this little place because I went in here once before. It's only 6 k's off the road. It's Gross Bluff or Goss Bluff or something. Very pretty. As you can see. So while we're up here, we may as well do Le Grand Tour again and revisit some of these places. This is, of course, part of the Northern Territory National Parks system, and fortunately for me, I purchased the annual parks pass from from the Northern Territory and also from the WA parks people, so I can enter any of these parks without having to pay any extra fees and permits and all sorts of bullshit for a year. So, now, I don't think there's any camping in this one. This is just a little place to come into. A walking thing. Now it's called Goss, Bluff or Tnorala. Oh, okay. Nice. Now, we'll go down here. See what sort of facilities they have. Pretty spectacular. Beast, or was it Bob? I can't remember. People here already. Oh shit, there is people. Huh. Doesn't matter where you go, there's always somebody here. A picnic area, no camping, keep left. Yeah. Oh yeah. Hold on. I'll have to go down that way. That's why they say it's four-wheel drive. Probably bottom out. I see one over there. Ideal picnic area. Oh, that's going to do me for a few minutes. Shit. I better just back up. That's not really a car parking spot here, this one is though. So if we go a little bit in reverse. I didn't want to park in the sun, that's all. But anyway, hey, beggars can't be choosers. I'll park where these people are because they're obviously going to go and have a little walk. I'm going to have a cup of coffee. That's what I'm going to do. Whew, look at that. seem to be having a bit of a problem with my microphone here. So I'm just going to do a little pan around and have a test to see if it's working on this scene or not. It can be a bit annoying when you have technical difficulties. Anyway. This is the scene. I'm having some technical issues with this Canon camera and its microphone. I can't say that I can complain about it because it's getting thrown around in the back of the car all the time. Anyway, what I was going to say is it's time for a coffee. I've been here for, it's taken me 3.5 hours to get here, and I think when I looked on the odometer there, I've done about 163 k's or something from the Kings Canyon resort. So that may be the rest of the bumpy roads for this particular session, because I think it's sealed all the way through to Glen, Helen and all the other roads in between. I know it is from there anyway. So let's hope that we're now on the smoothie stretch for a bit. Can't stay here. This is the Tnorala or Goss Bluff Conservation Reserve. So we'll have coffee and then we'll nick off. I'd like to read you what the first paragraph of this plaque here says: creating bush tucker. Mana ikua, plants as a food. Tnorala was a special place where many bush foods were created by rubbing certain special rocks made by the falling star. The Milky Way, baby. Now come on. On the baby's body were many sacred stories about food and other matters of importance which are held in these rocks. I wonder if they're going to ask for copyright on the Milky Way chocolates. Tnorala or Goss Bluff is an Aboriginal freehold land owned by the Tnorala Corporation and leased to the Northern Territory Government as a conservation reserve. It is also a registered sacred site, right? It's jointly managed by the Tnorala Corporation and the Parks and Wildlife Commission of the Northern Territory. Well, there you go. Okay, well, that was nice. We had coffee in the land of the Milky Way, baby. Hope Nestle or whoever owns them don't get wind of that. Anyway, let's go. 4-wheel driving out of here for 6 k's and then onto the highway again. Okay, thank you Tnorala or whatever, yeah, Milky Way baby place. I can see why it's a sacred site. It's like an amphitheatre. It's I mean, it does have a special significance, obviously. All of these, you know, real landmark things, they all are things. You could turn Mount Everest into a sacred site. It is a sacred site for the Nepalese, and yet we have a gazillion people climbing over it every year with the help of the Nepalese government through fees. They like fees. Don't worry about the bloody religious part of it, just pay the money. Clouds in the distance. offended by my comments, I may as well go one further and offend all the Catholics out there whose people have just elected their new boss for as long as he lives, an old Pope. So that just perpetuates the business, of course, because religion is a business. It's a business. And, you know, for those of you who wonder, I have no fear of dying because I'm not going to go to heaven or hell. I'm just going to be cremated, burnt, ashes will be burnt. That'll be it. I'll just become atoms of ashes. So I don't worry about all that stuff. I don't need it. This is the lookout that I was trying to remember. It's called Tyler's Pass, and it is near Goss Bluff or Goss Bluff. So we'll stop here. We'll have a photo opportunity. I stopped right here the last time. Was it with Bob or not? I can't remember shit. I need to find this out. Tyler's Pass lookout, looking towards Goss Bluff. Look at those two. Pioneer Express. You'll see them as I pass because I'm leaving just as they arrive. They're beautiful big buses. And South Australians don't know how to park. Look at those two. Pioneer Express. You'll see them as I pass because I'm leaving just as they arrive. They're beautiful big buses. And South Australians don't know how to park. How about that? Geez, we're seeing it all. Big buses. They didn't come the road I just came down. They were beautiful looking big old buses. Wonderful. It's Glen Helen Gorge, actually, and there's a lot of water there. Got a little bit of water over the road. Going to get muddy, clean tyres. Now, and see if I can't get a campsite or something. Glen Helen Gorge camping. Finke River 2 Mile National Park. Glen Helen Gorge. I want to go and have a look and see if we can get camping. Fuel. Oh, look at that. No sites, no free camping. Okay. Well, look at that. Fuel. You can actually get fuel here. Alright. Park access closed. I don't need fuel, but it's handy to know. And there was a young guy who put that I got fuel here the other week, and every other bit of information that I've had says that it's shut, no fuel, but there is, obviously. So the next point is, where do I go? Glen Helen, no? Discovery Parks. I sort of went in this track a little bit further up, but there doesn't seem to be, or I don't know where the camping spots are, but there are people over here going up that way, obviously looking for campsites near the river. I just want to find a spot to park for the night. So we'll go in where those people are. That's where I saw the caravans, I think. It's sandy. This will do, I think.